Are you a geek snob, or do you know a geek snob? Well, I try not to be a geek snob, but every now and then I see one and I kind of cringe. So what is a geek snob? A geek snob is the kind of a person that is really into tech, something really scientific, and they take it for granted that other people aren't geek snobs like them. Case in point, this is a very funny story. I was in the Apple store when the iPhone 5 first came out. Now, the iPhone 5 was the first one that had a metal back, and they offered it in black, which was a color. Basically, it wasn't silvery like a regular metal one would be. It was black. And I overheard somebody just a couple places over just saying, gee, I don't know about getting black, because if I get the black, the color might rub off. And then the Geek Snob came along and he says, it's anodized. And that was it. And then he went about his business. It's anodized. What the hell does that mean? Well, I don't know about him, but I think most of the people on that line weren't, let's say, metallurgists or whatever they call them, metal experts. And they didn't necessarily know what the hell does it's anodized means. If he wants to talk about his skills in metals, he didn't necessarily have to just blurt out something obnoxious like that. Now, that's a geek snob. I mean, he could have just said, well, they're using a metal process where the color is infused inside the aluminum itself. It won't rub off. Instead, he just says, it's anodized. And I see this sort of thing in other fields, but essentially what we're saying is, if you are a technical person and you're talking to people who aren't technical, and that's pretty much what I do for a living. I've been doing that for, 35 years. When you have certain tech skills, it's important you try to remember that if you're talking to someone who's not as tech savvy as you, try to explain the technology. Don't just blurt out little things like, it's anodized. And that's today's idea of the day. And I don't need any of you people to subscribe to my channel. I don't need anything at all, except maybe this chair. And that's it. I only need the chair. And maybe this paddleball game, and the remote control, and the ashtray, and nothing else. I don't need anything. And this lamp. But I don't need any subscribers.